everyone, it's Gabriella and welcome back to my enchanted realm, or welcome if this is your first time here. Today it is currently like 8 p.m. and I got this wild hair to reorganize my shelf you see behind me because I've gotten a few new Final Fantasy things and they're just kind of like chilling on the bottom shelf. I want to make it a focal point instead, so I think I'm going to clear this area off and put all my Final Fantasy stuff there instead and just rearrange some stuff because it's looking a little cluttered. My hair is like crazy right now. Hold on. Let me just show you. I got this cute little treble clef, little hair clip thing. It's new, so I'm still working out how to actually use it. My hair does not like to stay in clips, so work with me here. I think that looks better. I don't know. If I look crazy, I'm sorry. So before this video gets too long, I'm gonna go ahead and clear all this off, and then put it back on in a more aesthetically pleasing fashion. There's like a reflection thingy going on in my lens right there. Okay, it's probably coming from my fan in the mirror. So I just realized that I did not film a before I started taking stuff off the shelves. Sorry. I did that with my studio cleaning as well. I did not really show you a good before situation so that we can compare it with after. So before I actually start rearranging stuff, I'm gonna go ahead and show you the situation in my room so that you have kind of something to compare it with. So that's my shelf that's empty, obviously, and then oh my gosh, hold on, that's all my perfume, some of my books, and over here is like most of my knickknacks and stuff, some of my DVDs and more books. I hope the camera's in kind of the same spot it was, but anyway, now I'm gonna start putting stuff back on the shelf. We will see how quickly I can rearrange things to my liking. I think I might have forgotten to say, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take that shelf right there and I'm going to move it down a little bit so that I can make that space bigger so it can fit my Final Fantasy stuff, and that space smaller so then it'll become my perfume shelf instead, and then the books will still go on the bottom. Okay, so I just realized this is actually a load-bearing shelf. So the way this shelf came was it came with like this bottom half and then this top half. So this is actually part of, I think, the bottom half of the shelf. So I can't move this half and I completely forgot. So I'm gonna have to rethink where I'm gonna put stuff. Let me see if these will fit in the middle shelf. Okay, so I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move that bottom shelf down instead, just to make more room. Put my Final Fantasy stuff in that second space right there, and then on the bottom, keep the books. Middle shelf, the perfume will go back, but I'll just rearrange it because it was kind of annoying me the way it was arranged. It looked a little cluttered. Okay, my shelf is finally done. I had to switch back and forth between doing like a short form version of this and a long form, so it took a little bit longer than I expected, but I am happy with the results. I did have to get rid of a few things that I had on this shelf just because they don't really suit my taste anymore, so I had to figure out what I'm going to do with them. I might just store them away for decoration for like my music videos and stuff, or I might donate them, but for now I am going to show you the complete revamped shelf. So this is the stuff that I'm not sure what I'm going to do with. It's Nike statue, an Apollo statue, and then this little bust candle that I got from a farmer's market. I am probably just gonna put those away so that I can use them for decoration for music videos, like for props, because they're not really my style anymore. But let me show you the shelf. So this is the bottom shelf now. I just have my DVDs and they are in front of my books. I actually don't really read right now, so I think this is going to be more efficient for my purposes. I have this little stuffed Lucario, this Melisse Misère CD, my Devil May Cry games, and then all my favorite DVDs. If you wanted a collection video on this, I would be more than happy to divulge. The next shelf is my favorite shelf, totally biased, but this is my Final Fantasy shrine, I guess you can call it. So I won't go too into detail, but this is some of the Final Fantasy merch that I have. That Reno is gigantic for some reason. I don't know why he came so huge compared to the rest of my acrylic stands. I think it's comically large. It's funny. I do plan on making like a Final Fantasy collection video at some point, so I will go more into detail about this stuff at a later date. I want to show you the next shelf. This is my revamped perfume shelf, and I did take away some of those knickknacks that you saw. They were on this section. I think it just looks a lot cleaner and more organized. I did leave that though because I think it's pretty. These are kind of my more used perfumes, so I kind of put them front and center. These are all my samples. The larger ones are in the back. The travel sizes are just right there, and then these are some that I only use on special occasion. This is a room spray, and this is a bottle cap, which I liked this saying. It says, "The more things you do, the more things you can do," and that was said by Lucille Ball, so it's inspiring and I kept it. And these right here are actually pretty cool. These are tea bag sayings that I kept. Then these are fortunes from fortune cookies that I kept, and I just put them in these jars over here. And actually what I like to do is I like to pull one for the beginning of each month just to see what the vibe is going to be, and I forgot to do one for July, so I'm gonna do that right now. Okay, so first I'm gonna do the fortune cookie. Fortune, shake it up a little bit, ask it what's in store for the rest of July. Pull out a fortune, and it says, "Be prepared to receive a special gift this week." Cool, I'll leave that out. And then now let's see what the vibe is going to be with this little tea bag jar. That sounds so weird, tea bag jar. Tea wisdom jar. I'll call it tea wisdom. Okay, wisdom for July. There is pleasure in the pathless woods. I'm gonna drop this. Oh my god. That's the vibe for July. Put that back there. So I will resume the tour. This is the shelf above my perfumes. I didn't really change much. I just moved that book from there because it looked a little messy. This is my Death Note shrine because I love Death Note and I love Kenichi Matsuyama. The top shelf I did not really touch at all. I just added that little wolf figurine that my dad got me, and then all my skull pandas, my Vampire Hunter D stuff, and a vampire candle, and a pretty little matchbox. That is my shelf. Okay, so with that, I am finished. I think it's like 9 p.m. right now. All things considered, I think an hour is pretty good for all that. If you want more in-depth videos on that stuff, like the DVDs, the books, the Final Fantasy stuff, maybe even the perfumes, the Death Note stuff, then I am more than happy to make those videos because I like showing you guys my hoard, if you will. And I just quickly want to say thank you to all the new subscribers who have joined me recently. I think I've gained like 20 in the last week, and that's awesome. So welcome. Hi, I'm Gabriella. It is very, very nice to have you here. Thank you so much for subscribing. I hope we continue to grow. I am figuring out the bits and bobs of this channel. This is very new to me, so thank you for your patience. I have some really cool videos that are planned that will be going up on this channel soon. I am excited to share more of my life with you. If you're new here or if you don't know yet, I do have a song coming out at the end of this month. It is called Kiss of Death. I produced it, I wrote it, and one of my very, very greatest friends, Naomi, helped me mix and master it. I am super proud of it. Super excited to have it come out. I've actually been working on it since 2019. If you've never heard my music before, I make alt pop, dark pop, kind of like a mix between electronic and alternative rock. And if that's your thing, consider checking out my music channel, which is my main channel. It's just Gabriella Raylin. I post covers, music, all that good stuff. And my new song will be out July 31st. So with all that mumbo jumbo, I will let you go. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!